Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Hey, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, I love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here. We support Leo. Scab, how do you do that? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, today we're doing the Highwayman 3 by Bark River. It's made out of A2 tool steel. It has stacked leather for a handle. The handle aesthetically I love. Now here in a minute you're going to see me do kind of our twist test where we twist it out of hand. It's kind of oval, but it holds really good right here. Now the grimace might be a bit much, but I promise I do try to turn it. What I try to do with these tests, and I also cut myself, what I try to do with these tests, guys, is give you a legit look. Now, it is a stick tang, but it's 1/4 inch thick, A2 tool steel. Overall handle length is 5 1/4. The actual hand area I measured is 4 3/4. Very, very comfortable for me, and I have larger hands. The blade is 10 1/4 with a 9-inch cutting edge. The width, the belly, however you want to say it, the widest point is 2 inches, and it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful knife. Now, I have to say this, I have to address this. Yesterday I made the comment about having a full tang. Guys, that's personal preference. I realized we would have to take put fullers in and all that. It was a comment made in passing. That's it. These are absolute beasts of knives. I have nothing against Bark River. This is the third one I've tested, and I love them all. I think sometimes we need to listen to everything I say. I also said it was an incredibly tough knife. Now, yesterday, we did several tests. I wanted to show you the overall capabilities, and I think we did that. We cut a tire, we do that. Today, we go a little harder. Tomorrow, I'm going to take the Highwayman 3 and the Shining Mountain. We're going in the woods, and we're going to do some hard testing. Now, I can tell you this, there's nobody else that I've seen on the internet who's tested these harder than I have. If they have, please leave me a clip. I'd love to watch it. Now, what I'm saying is I'm going to test every knife the same way, and I'm going to give you my opinions. That's exactly what they are. They're my opinions. I don't fall down at the cult of anybody and worship any knife. I love these knives, and I am so, so thankful for Timbo 437 for letting me test them. These are some tremendous knives. Now, I'll say this about the Highwayman 3. It is unbelievably sharp. It really, really is. Tough knife, durable knife, super sharp. One thing you're going to see in this video, more so than a lot of my other ones, you'll see some chopping, but what I wanted to do is more cutting. Now, we did a hard downward stab there. We're going to do some kind of push thrust through. I didn't go all out and just stab as hard as I can at this angle because that knife will go straight through that tire. There is no doubt about that. Absolutely none. And I didn't want to run a knife through my tailgate. Right here we just kind of do a push, I guess thrust. That'd be just kind of a push it in. No problems. Once again, pushed in, started cutting. Very, very smooth, very, very fluid. No problem with that tire. We cut a lot of different mediums in this video. This is a convex edge. I think all Bark Rivers are. I'm pretty sure they are. Super, super sharp edge. The 3 knives that I've tested from Bark River have been incredibly durable, incredibly tough. And I did not in any way mean that they weren't. Again, personal preference. Now, as we move through these tests, we're going to do a little bit of everything. You're going to see a good bit of stabbing. I stab into a red oak, the stump. We always stab into it. I stab into some cardboard. I wanted to do a bunch of stabs for 2 reasons. 1, see how the tip held up incredibly well. 2, to see if there were any hot spots on the handle, any slippage, anything like that. No, none at all. Very, very comfortable in hand. No hot spots stabbing, no hot spots chopping. That's big. At near 50 years old with beat up hands, that is huge, man. Handles with me, you'll hear a lot of times you'll hear more about a handle than you'll hear about a blade. I love the blade shape here. I love the blade style, and I love the convex edge. Now, I will say this for those of you that are new to my channel, I am a novice at best. I try to set my videos up so that if you turn off the volume, all you see is the knife working, and you can get a clear understanding of the capabilities of that knife. We got to add some more tests in. We need to do some different stuff, and I need to up my overall knowledge. There's no doubt about that. I'll be the first to admit that. And we are growing very, very rapidly in spite of my shortcomings. So I promise you, I'll work on it. Please keep commenting. Please let me know how you feel. You know, I know sometimes things get lost in text, but I want to say this and make it clear right here. I don't take any kind of criticism very well. I'm just being honest with you, but I need it. You can't grow, you can't get better, you can't evolve without criticism. Understand what I'm saying? So, and you don't have to put no disrespect. A guy had made a comment the other day, and it was a legit comment. And he said, hey, no disrespect to you or your channel. Here's what that tells me. That tells me that he's made a comment on somebody's channel and somebody's ate their lunch. You're not going to get that here with me. You know, now if it's just something, you're just being a turd to be a turd, I'm not going to waste time with you. But if you're like, hey man, look, this about Bark River, this about their warranty, or this about this company, I am more than willing to hear you out and learn from it. If you don't, what good are you? I don't know everything. Hell, I don't know a quarter of everything. So I just want to say that up front. Sometimes I come off a little strong and sometimes come off with a lot of bravado. But guys, I'm in this for the long haul. I'm in this to grow. We want to get to 5,000 by June of next year. The only way I'm going to be able to do that is learn and grow and evolve. Now, my other brother, Donnie B. All Day, we did some of his drop tests, throw it hard at the stump test. He's trying to get to 10,000, and D-Bat is close to 7. Let's get him there. The other one for today, again, is Timbo437. Please check him out. Timbo is a good friend to this channel, and I am so appreciative for him letting me use these knives. Now, again, tomorrow we're going in the woods with him, and I'm fired up. I love being in the woods. I love running around and cutting stuff. Now, in those particular woods, everything's got to come out. So we'll address that tomorrow. Now, right here, we're going to do a little batoning. My baton is 3.5 or 4 inches in diameter. It is a big baton, but it holds up well, and y'all know how it is. If you baton a lot of wood, especially doing like knife reviews and stuff where you do it a lot, you go through them. Now right here, I did some hard downward chops. Again, just trying to get, I wanted to show you a little bit of edge retention, but look at the way that thing sinks in there. It sinks beautifully. Just really, really, really nice. Look at that. Fantastic job there. Now, this is a test that I do a lot, that I like a lot, that we talk about a lot, where I hold a limb or stick in one hand and we chop the end of it. Now there I've got it propped. A lot of times, and I think in this video, if I hadn't already done it, I'll hold the limb in one hand and shave it or chop it or do something without propping it up to show the control. Control plays into the handle. Again, huge lover of the handle. I really, really am. And I'm a sucker, guys. I'm a sucker for kind of that nostalgic look, that stacked leather. But if it works, it works. Obviously, it works. So right here, we just did some quick shaving. Like I said, we'll do some chopping, we'll do some shaving, we'll do some batoning, we'll do some shaving, just to show you how that edge holds up. Now, this is my baton. Every day, I bring out whatever knife I'm going to use that day, and I shave me a little bit off the handle. It's my Bam Bam stick, and we do a little Bam Bamming right here. But again, full, and I can't say this enough, full confidence in this knife. A2, 1/4 inch, seems to be heat treated very, very well. I love the fact that it's American made. And look at old Scab right here. Bam, bam. Let's do it again, Scab. Hit it one more time, will you? Bam. Now, you can, I challenge somebody to say I'm pulling off of it right there, son. At 288 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, I'm bringing the hammer right there. Y'all know it. Hide the kids. Old Scabs got the guns out. Here we go. Flipped it around. Now, all dumbass stuff aside, the knife performed very, very well. Made a very clean cut. I probably should have done one more, and you'll see that where it left just a little bit right there. But we were sinking in. I was getting such a good bite on it. It was sinking into that red oak. And here's the deal. I want to make sure we test knives, and I don't ever want to be accused. Well, that's going to happen some, but I don't ever want people that have common sense and that are in the know to think that I'm trying to abuse a knife. That is not at all. To me, abuse of a knife doesn't help at all, unless you're like, if you're Matthew Jensen and you're attesting that sword to failure. If we had that channel, okay, but that's not my desire here. It's really not. I want to show you the capabilities of the knife to the best of my ability. Listen, if a knife performs well on my channel, you may want to look at buying it, because that is 100% the knife. That case may change 3-4 years down the road as I get better with the camping skills and things like that. But as of right now, what you're seeing is 100% knife performance in spite of the reviewer. So I'm just telling you. Now, the price point on the Shining Mountain, I want to say, was like almost $400, and this one may be close. I don't want to misspeak there. So if y'all know the price of these, let me know. Like I said, Timbo was good enough to let me use them, and I am so appreciative to him. Again, right here we're slicing. And guys, listen, I could say all kind of stuff about the knife, but I have to speak to it and about it in my realm. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it performed very, very, very well. Now we're going to do some chops here. Now on these, we did some hard, and I get it because somebody inevitably, despite everything I've said, Scab, it's not a chopper. You was made for fighting. Yeah, well, you know, the last time I stabbed somebody, I did a little time. So we can't test that. What we can do is test the knife on wood. All right? So that's what we're going to do. And again, some of these I hit flat, guys. I wasn't doing this for time. I was doing it to test that edge. Edge held up impeccably. Very, very happy with it. Of the two, and this will be another hot spot of contention. Y'all be calling the guy who owns the damn place. This guy don't like the knife, man. Of the two, I like the Highwayman. Now, I love them both. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, someday I'll own them both, and I'm dead serious. I'm just talking about, again, personal druthers. Now, some good hard stabs right here into that cardboard. That's just cardboard and duct tape. Now, no hot spots, great penetration. Do a couple right here. I like doing some right here too. Now, we do our fires on the log, and I do want to mention that. So some of that log's a little soft right there where I jammed it in, because I've told y'all this a million times. For whatever reason, and there's no scientific reason behind it, this is one of my most favorite tests I do. Why, I do not know. I'm crazy, I guess. But here's the thing. It goes through the paracord. It went through the nylon rope. It went through the nylon straps. It went through a tire. Paper. I'm going to mention paper simply because of the ease, and it just glided through here. Here we're bringing in another nylon strap. We're going to stab it again. I think one thing that you'll see a lot in my videos is stabbing that stump. Two things again, tip and handle. Okay, handles again are big with me. No problems with this knife. If you got to do a little bushcrafting right here, you need to make your little fire, a little feather sticking. Right here, man, no problem. Home run of a knife. Now, guys, we got about 2.5 minutes. So we're going to do, I think we might do one more batoning session. I wanted to get some heavy use in here before we headed out to the woods tomorrow. Again, control of the knife, first rate. Aesthetics, and 9 times out of 10, guys, y'all do not hear me talk about aesthetics on this channel. You know that. But when you have a knife this gorgeous, you have to. You have to. It's like Carl and his Randall, which I am incredible. Carl Ruger. Y'all need to go check out. My guy got a Randall. I'm so jealous. So jealous. I don't even know why I'm shouting him out. He's got a Randall and I don't. But Carl Ruger, check him out. Now, again, if I'm going to show you something once, guys, I'm going to show you 1,000 times. Try to move it up and down the blade some so you can see it there. Move this crap out of the way so Megatron don't get on to me. We got about a minute and a half left, guys, and while we do, let me talk about a couple guys real quick. Some hard chops again there. And I'll talk about these guys and we'll let the knife perform. Mikey from Cerebral Ballsy. Y'all hear me shout out Mikey all the time. Listen, that's a guy you need to follow. Timbo 437. Timbo is awesome. Awesome. Carl Ruger, Captain Electro. I mentioned Donnie. I want to mention my guy Joe from Steel Forged in Fire, Sword and Knife. And I'm going to talk to you about Joe for a minute. Joe's an awesome guy. He's a sword guy. And he does some great reviews. He's breaking into knives some. Joe is incredibly knowledgeable, guys. And if he don't know something, the thing that I like about Joe is he takes the time to learn. So Joe was Steel Forged in Fire, Sword and Knife. He's trying to get to 1,000. The Shredder is trying to get to 1,000. Dan from Blind Owl Bushcraft. Listen. If you want to see somebody living something, go watch Dan. That guy's in the Philippines making the best out of what he has. I love his videos. Dan with Blind Owl Bushcraft. Well, guys, I mentioned Mikey, and he says it best. He says, Scab, never give up, never surrender, and everything will be all right. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.